Movies. The average person can be inspired by them. They can make us laugh. Movies can keep us on the edge of our seat, and so much more. Maddie's Movie Mix is a podcast for movie enthusiasts of all kinds. We hope you enjoy the show.
Wait. Matt Logan!
Yes, we both had the same problem. You.
Listen. You smell something?
Ba 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 bum.
Wait, I know this one. It's keep going. Pitch Perfect.
Yes,
It's-
that's
it.
not my voice is Pitch Perfect, but
No, the
it
movie.
is from Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, I love it.
And that's exactly what my mind goes to whenever Universal song, like even before Pitch Perfect came out, it has like a very iconic theme. And so I was always bum bum, but like obviously it wasn't Pitch Perfect yet.
So this was a sleeper movie for me too.
Really?
Right?
Well, it's a musical.
Well, it's a musical,
Or whatever
so
you wanna call
it was
this.
one that I didn't really like jump into the theaters to go see, the first weekend. In fact,
Yeah.
I didn't see it in theaters. Surprise.
Surprise.
But when I did see it, I was like, this is pretty good.
And this one is almost more fun not to see in theaters because it's fun, the group dynamic of
Sure.
watching this movie.
Yeah.
Because there's so many one-liners.
Yeah. I've seen it like probably 3 or 4 times already. And
Already? In 10 years?
in
I guess
10
10 years. I
But
guess that's
for-
pretty
come
good.
on, a musical for me, that's a lot.
That's true.
I mean, that's a ton. I don't know if I've seen all the James Bonds that many times in the last 10 years.
Well, that's impressive.
So
That is saying something.
a few of them I've seen at least that many times.
Yeah,
But, what you picked it.
I did.
You're like, let's
Well,
do this.
we've done some
I
horror
love it.
films, and by some
Yeah.
we did one last or a few weeks ago, and I was like,
But for you,
yeah.
like that's pretty. We should have done Halloween Kills when it came out or whatever. But
Yeah.
you were like,
Yeah, well, I have a limit.
It was
I
quite
denounced
horrible, by the way.
Halloween now as a holiday because of these podcasts.
Yeah, because I text you and I'm like, just wait for the Halloween playlist.
That's right. And
Or
I was like,
watch list.
hard pass. Let's
Yeah.
go straight to November into Christmas.
Right.
Nightmare Before Christmas is our Halloween theme.
So you're softening me up a little bit or
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
with this kind of stuff. And $17 million budget with this cast.
Dynamite cast.
I thought that
Well,
was
that's
great.
probably where all the money went to.
Right, for sure. But it was surprising to me that it was only $17 million
That's
with
true.
this kind of cast.
Well, some of them weren't as I don't think a lot of them are as popular. Like some of them found fame from this movie.
That's true, but they were still fairly famous. I mean, you think about, even if they got $500,000 each,
That's true.
there's a big cast here.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
But they all share the screen. I thought if we go to chemistry, I
Yeah.
mean, they all share and did it well.
yeah.
And I love these two.
Oh, I know. The announcers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fabulous. I think that what? Oh, I just lost it. That one movie.
The one movie.
the one.
Yeah.
Where they do the games and
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. How did I just blank that?
Was that
out?
it?
Well, this reminds me of the announcer on the Hunger
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Games.
yeah.
They're just over the top,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So when either one of those movies I watch, it's
Right.
like, oh yeah, it's kind of a
Yeah.
hand in hand for me. But
He had a week's worth of lunch and lost it.
Oh, she didn't lose it. We know exactly where it is. It's all over the third row.
Very different themes, though.
oh, very different. But the announcers are just over
Oh
the
my
top.
gosh.
And it's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
funny.
yeah. They are entertainers, and they
Totally.
do a great job at portraying that.
Yeah, absolutely. It did 115.4
Which is crazy.
million
Yeah.
for
A musical
like this.
Yeah.
And Tom Cruise isn't in it.
Yeah. I mean, they really missed out on that one.
They
I
did.
bet he would have loved singing.
He does.
Does he?
Yeah.
did
He's
not know
been
that.
on like some late night shows, I think. And,
Oh,
and
with
has done-
what is it? The karaoke
Yeah,
van? Yeah,
right.
with late night with
one of them. I can't remember.
Corbin? No, that's somebody else.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's who it was. It's not Stephen Colbert.
No,
It's But anyway,
he was in a movie too.
So you know,
But
Tom Cruise isn't in it. They did well.
Yeah, they did. They got good replacements instead of Tom Cruise for this one.
Yeah.
And they did a great job at introduce. I loved how they did introduce all the characters. I mean, they had Anna Kendrick came in going to school with her dad, like her dad being a professor, and then Skylar Astin, Jesse singing the van. But then they introduced everyone else through song, which I thought was a great choice.
Yeah, Fat Amy.
Yeah. Fat Amy, you got. I can't remember. In the third movie, she comes to be Esther. Yeah. The person who just has like fish lips and like whenever they're panned on her, she's like this and just can't talk at all. Yeah.
Right.
I can't remember her original name, but in the third movie, it turns out she's Esther.
Okay.
Spoiler. There's sequels in this movie.
Yeah.
I thought they all got along really well. And again, what I really enjoy with characters in movies, especially like this, is each one having a very unique personality. And I thought they did a very good job of distributing that, of, you know, each person accepted who they were as a character, and they just fully went into that.
Whenever they have a cast that is this big, it's always a risk.
Right.
And they share, like you said earlier, a lot of screen time together at once. That's tough.
Right.
It's tough writing. It's tough to get the actors to get along well enough, it seems, you know, when you hear all these stories and whatever. But they did a nice job with it, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, it's just crazy to me that, again, you have so many... It's always... When they do... Each person has their own character and they do it well. It always amazes me that they're able to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially not, you know, casts like this aren't method actors.
No.
So that's pretty tough for them, I would think.
Yeah. I would agree.
They pulled it off well. I'm a 4-1.
I give it a 4-4. I mean, again, what I like is it's a short movie. It's not long.
Yeah.
So they have a short time to really show their chemistry together. I liked how they did, are you ready for this? Like countdown on 3, and they couldn't get it together until the last one to kind of show that they finally got the chemistry at the end.
Yeah.
And then the kind of like the dynamics of the old to the new, of where they were really stuck in their ruts, which was causing a lot of issues, clashes within personalities, and then when they got it together and it was blended well.
Yeah.
So...
And you know, some of the things that when they had a lot of different types of scenes too, that they all, it seemed very congruent throughout the whole movie, right? They didn't have like, oh, they were really good here, but not very good here. And that was nice too, that consistency, because there's definitely movies where it's like, they peaked right here. And then, but it was just good, you know, really good and solid through the whole thing.
Do you have a shower song?
No, but I do have, like, I turn my music on my phone on.
Oh, do you?
So, yeah.
I remember in college, I had a song specifically for showers. And as a college guy, I fully was a male in the sense of the song was Counting Stars by One Republic, because I love that music, that song. And I would start the song when I got in the shower, and when the song ended, I was done.
No, I've never timed my showers that way, at all.
And to be, I wasn't.
I just put the quarters in, and when it runs out, I get out.
Pump it down. So I really related to the tight. Not okay, and so the song wasn't for me to like. I would intentionally time it. I was like, well, I listen to the song.
Yeah,
I don't have long-term plans for my playlist, so once the song is done, wherever I'm at showering, I can be content. But when they were singing Titanium and stuff like that, it always makes me laugh because, like, I think more people do it than what people admit.
Oh, totally.
I love singing in the shower.
Yeah, I don't
Acoustics
sing in the shower.
Are some of the best places to sing. Just gotta let it out.
And that's an interesting location because that was a location in the movie.
Yeah.
Segue. Filming locations.
There weren't a ton, and it was kind of dull.
Yeah.
Very. I mean, it's a college.
But realistic.
Dorm.
Yeah.
or not college. It's a college facility.
Which I wonder, actually, you mentioned, it's a short film. I wonder how long they actually filmed this. 6-8 weeks at max, right?
I would assume so.
I mean, it couldn't have been more than 6.
Mattering on how quickly they were able to do the dance things for the different songs that they were doing.
Right. I'm talking like actual filming.
Right.
Not like training and,
and
all that
right.
kind of stuff. But the actual filming, I bet, wasn't very long at all.
I mean, it didn't look like they had a lot of different set locations, even though technically they did travel 3 times to go to different competition sites.
Right. Which looked real and different.
Yeah.
Not, nothing was spectacular.
I guess I love acapella, but I guess I don't know how are the events actually that big?
Do the events exist?
I assume they
in
exist.
Real life.
But to me, it's kind of like the math league.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you kind of know the chess league because you just do, but...
I mean, those get intense. When you have to click those clocks to make sure you don't go over time.
Right.
I don't know. I suck at chess. But, I mean, yeah, I wish... I mean, they were different, but some of it would have been nice if there was more progressions because each of the semifinals, the finals, the quarterfinals, I mean, from what I saw, I mean, each time the place was packed.
Yeah.
Which didn't make sense to me.
No.
Granted, I mean, both these Barton people, I guess I don't know, is it city, is it nation? I guess it is nation, isn't it?
They did nationals and stuff and regionals.
Yeah. So, I mean, at regionals, I can imagine too many people being there besides maybe your family members. But again, it's college.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
So it would have been nice to see more progression of again, kind of when we were looking at Now You See Me.
Yeah.
They had a lot of different locations. They looked very unique and made sense.
Mm-hmm.
This one, it only made sense because it all seemed like kind of college not stadiums, but musical soundstage.
Right. Which does make it a lot easier, of course, but I guess Tyler's we're watching
always
it.
Gets
and,
me. Yeah. I've been shot by flying Mexican food. Great acting moment for Rebel Wilson.
Right? It is kind of it's very interesting.
Filming locations, I gave it 3.9
because she was one of those that, what did they call it? Was very against body shaming or whatever. I mean, she came out and was very vocal about that. And
then she got some crap for
losing
cutting down weight.
Yeah. So it's interesting.
I just can't imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing if someone's getting overly out of shape. But for someone to actually take care of their body and then get made fun of, I know. That just seems so reverse.
Right. Yeah, it is. Anyway, 3-8 filming locations for me.
Honestly, this is probably the thing I paid least attention to in this movie.
And
so
that might be the most I paid attention to.
You're right. And so I can't, for a grading wise, I really don't know how to put it because I didn't have high expectations for the cinematography because I enjoyed the music and the story was told really well. And it's not like you're going to expect a bunch of crazy shots because again, they're singing and performing at the same time. So it's not that they can do crazy things.
Right. But so the way they did make it look, because, you've got the different lights from different angles and all that kind of stuff. They did a nice job with that, I thought.
Yeah.
It all looked clean.
Right.
There was nothing that was overly bright for me. And there was nothing that was, the dark moments were dark. And I mean, when there was no light, stuff like that. So I'm a 4-4 cinematography because I think they did a solid job. Very solid job.
I think my favorite part and tying it to cinematography was the bash off that they had.
Yeah.
In the pool. And so with that, they do have to cut to different, as they're transitioning songs, they have to cut to other people and then going into, again, their choreography, which is the movements that they're doing, which I think can tie in, if you want to cinematography. At least that's where I choose to
the
tie it here.
cinematographer definitely needs to be directly involved to make sure that all looks right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I really liked it because it really showed that they were just having a good time in that scene, which I think was key for, Anna's character to move forward and be like, we actually have something really unique here. Let's build on that. And I think that really started at that part where they realized really what they could do. And again, that's tying a lot of different things together. But that being said, I really liked how it was shot. So yeah, I gave it a 4-4 or 4-3. I'll give it a 4-3. So we can be a little different. But again, I didn't pay attention to it much. But if I were to think about it, they did have really good times where they were really building the scene.
Yeah, yeah. I paid, like I said, the most attention to that, and I was most impressed by what they did. A film like this, a lot of times, it looks pretty
cheesy.
Yeah,
yeah,
pretty bad. And that's one of the things I think that goes into the success of this movie was the way it really looked.
Right. Please don't stop that. Please don't stop the music.
We're going to jump over costume design and go to the score.
Yeah.
That's like your favorite.
I do love scores. And what I'll say about this, could listen to the soundtrack on repeat all day. I love it. I love listening. So I like acapella. We talked about the beginning of it. What I really enjoy about acapella, and I was in band, so it's really cool to see how melodies and harmonies blend together.
Right.
And so for a movie like this, they have to make it believable, but at the same time, also obviously think about how are we going to sell the songs? And so besides this song, which I can't remember what it is.
The name of it, yeah.
Yeah. That sounded like it was auto-tune. I don't like I don't like nasally, weird music. Again, weird to me.
Right.
But everything else was dying. I could listen to all the songs over and over, even the ba 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 ba, and then there's not a song I don't like.
Yeah.
The Cup song became a huge hit.
Right.
Which is crazy. Make sure you have your red Solo cup out so you don't know when you're going to sing it. The one thing that I would have to discount the score for is what happens in between.
Sure.
There was not a lot.
Yeah, no, you're right.
In between. So if you're looking at the score as a whole, what you need to do.
Which I suppose, though, the intention there might be so you would focus more on when they were doing their. Yeah. I don't know. You're right. I could see both sides of let's just have all our music focus on the songs that we're singing, which they did great with. But at the same point, you'd think you'd want to at least tie some of the stuff together in between. So that's the only place that I knocked it down. So I gave it a 4.6 because, again, I could listen to this music over and over. And, again, at the end of the day, it's a musical. Who cares what happens in between? Just give me the music. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. Especially because it is song. Yeah. Yeah, it's not just the sound.
Right.
So, yeah. I'm a 4.4 on it.
Okay.
Because I did really enjoy it. It's very entertaining. They did a very good job.
Yeah.
Lip syncing, they did very well.
That's right.
What
do you mean they lip synced?
That's difficult to do.
Yeah.
As
we know during some Super Bowls.
Yes. The wardrobe malfunctions, though, didn't exist in this movie.
No.
So that
that was a sequel.
Was it? I don't know if I saw it, actually, honestly.
I think the third one, it must be the third one, but maybe, no, it's the second one, comes out with Rebel Wilson basically doing a Cirque du Soleil thing.
Really?
Where she's on this ribbon.
On stage. Oh, he's on top of it. What kind of person? Take her back up. Pull her up already.
She slips and rolls out of it and rips her apparel. And you don't see anything, but the implication is there's a huge rip on her behind.
Right.
And so, again, it's Cirque du Soleil, and she's still tied onto it. So eventually it slowly rotates, and then it catches the crowd going, oh! And she does rip her off her clothes in this one, too.
Yeah, true.
But that wasn't dysfunction.
Is that part of costume?
It's a choice. Again, this was something I didn't pay much attention to. But I mean, it was pretty stale. The blue costumes that of the one song I don't like was the one that popped out the most. The sock puppets, and again, I don't know where costume design starts and choice for other things begin. Right. Because a sock puppet, I mean, that's a sock. It's clothing. Costume.
I would say, that's a good point. I would say that you would probably need to categorize that in costume design, because they had to say, well, let's do sock puppets, and then so costume design had to come in and make it like whatever.
Right. I gave it a 4.0. There's some points where, especially during, I mean, the Bellas stayed the same because that was kind of their mantra. Of
my dog's in. I didn't see what.
You didn't see in the background. Dog. That's because she's again, not racist. It's because
she was in the night scenes. That's she's the guard dog. 4.1. I'll take the shovel away from you.
Thank you. I appreciate that greatly.
4.1. Because it was, they paid attention to detail, and detail's important because you can really screw up if you don't have good detail. I can't remember what I was watching, but it was like there was a lot of things, some weird off movie on an airplane, but it was like
on a plane.
Probably no, but it was like, oh yeah, there's that, and then okay, that was at that angle,
right.
and those details are super important, and I didn't see anything in this, so.
But going off your standard, which I sometimes tie to, there's nothing that stood out, which they had a lot of opportunity to do with it.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be a dream thing where, I mean, you know how some movies start into a dream and then you go on to their day-to-day?
Right.
When I saw it, I was waiting for it to be someone waking up and just having that be their nightmare.
Yeah.
But nope, that's real. And then later in the movie, she does it again, and then again, I can't remember her name, but again, in the third movie, she's Esther. Starts making snow puke angels, and I was like, gosh, if I had any gag reflex where I decided to puke, I would have puked during that scene.
Yeah. Woof.
That was gross. And then the tuner slides into it.
Oh.
Sometimes I think I should do crystal meth, but then I think better not. That's what I felt about that scene.
Just so we're clear, you're quoting the movie.
That's right. Gosh, I could quote this movie all day long.
Yeah. We should do The Breakfast Club, too.
Well, when I was watching this movie, I was thinking there's so many different films we could watch because of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Breakfast Club was definitely what I was thinking.
But overall entertainment.
4.8.
Yeah.
I gave it... When I got done with this movie, I was like, I could just watch it again.
Yeah.
And again,
like I said, this is probably the fifth time, I suppose.
Yeah.
For the podcast. So I gave it a 4.5 because it is, you're never disappointed every time I've seen it. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You're always,
and you can have it on in the back. It's one of those movies you can have on the background and just appreciate the one-liners.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know exactly. Yeah. The one-liners are entertaining.
Yeah.
For sure.
What was your a cappella band called? The Menstrual Cycles.
I know, right?
Gosh. I love it when movies don't always go PC. And this, again, my favorite characters are probably the announcers because the guy just said whatever came to his mind.
Yeah. Which was written.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But even thinking like the beginning scene of where he was talking about, you don't expect women to get this far, just like being doctors. Like,
I know. I'm like,
oh my gosh.
Even when this was made, I mean,
yeah,
that hasn't been a thing for
years,
100 years.
Absolutely.
Not quite probably, but which is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, wow. And that does make a good movie when because that does happen in real life. People are just dumb.
Absolutely.
This is a purchase movie.
Absolutely.
I did buy it.
Yeah.
Not for this podcast.
Did you buy it and actually watch it recently, like on like Greatest Showman?
No. No. Not like that.
Yeah, this is entertaining, and again, going to overall score, it's just so good.
Yeah, you can
and it ages well. Like again, they make those jokes, but it still ages well.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, you can go back to it all the time and have it in the background, and either way, you sit down to watch it or just have it on. It's just good. Yeah,
all the way through.
Can't lose.
4.5.
Ooh.
Again, I love musicals. I love a cappella. They blend it all together, and I can just sing my heart away no matter where I am. I can listen to the soundtrack on my way to work. I could watch the movie when I'm at home cleaning.
Don't you work at home? No, I'm kidding. I'm just teasing you.
50-50.
So when you're on your way to work.
That's right.
From
my bedroom to my office.
Yeah.
A 2-minute walk.
Crank it up.
Crank it.
Yeah. No. Any last words?
What did you give it?
4.0.
Okay. I don't think you said
that. No, maybe I didn't say it.
You said you bought it.
I said it made the cut. Yeah, that's right. So it made the cut.
So just barely
crossed. Just barely. But it's a musical, and for me, I love music. I don't love musicals.
We'll get you there.
Love might be a tough one. I do enjoy a lot of them. Yeah. I do enjoy a lot of them more than, not all of them by far, but a lot of them more than I thought I would, for sure.
That's right. Yeah.
Now, we've got to get you into scary movies a little bit deeper.
We've gone surface level.
Yeah.
We've watched
very surface
We've
level.
watched new movies that aren't as scary.
No.
We haven't gone to the cheesy old ones yet.
No. And some of those aren't as scary as they are just gross.
Yeah.
Gruesome.
Yeah, there's like American Psycho. There's the classic Hitchcocks. I haven't seen any of them.
None of them, huh?
No.
Wow.
Why? Why would you? Who loves getting murdered in a bathtub and seeing blood drip on the curtains?
Well, back in the 30s.
That's fair.
That was the 30s, wasn't it?
Let me tell you, my history and understanding of horror films is next to none. Could be in the 80s for all I know.
Maybe. No, it was
early.
Maybe it wasn't 30s, but it was really old.
Yeah.
Like that was.
Are they feature-length films? Are they like full hour and a half movies, or are they
so.
Okay?
Yeah, I mean it's been a long time since I've seen them, but
yeah, maybe that's what. Again, you have the playlist set for October.
That's right. We're gonna bring it. We're gonna bring it. Hey, and if you have questions, comments, suggestions, or snide remarks for Tyler, not me. Go ahead and email us at
Tyler's movie. Just kidding. Maddie's Movies Mix at
LegitQ.
LegitQ at Maddie's Movies Mix.com.
Yes, sir. See you next time.
Week.
Hammer the share button. Go ahead and hammer out a comment to us. Go ahead and hammer the like button. Go ahead and hammer the subscription button. Go ahead and hammer the notification bells, because you know what? That's the best way you can support us. We appreciate it.
Okay, so I'll see you later, huh? I'll give you a call.
So it's done.
It's done.